When I say Five Nights at Freddy's, what comes to mind? So Funko, am I right? They've been making merchandise since 2016 and we've seen it's been an emotional roller coaster. Why not go over the many products they've made to answer the question everyone wonders but no one cares to answer, because they got more important things to care about than the fact Funko feels the need to add top row teeth. The robots don't have it! These are the ones I remember being first released. I vividly remember being at the Hot Topic seeing the large Foxy plush. This blew my little child brain at the time. Merch off the spooky robot game? I asked my dad if I could have it and he said no. I then asked again and he said, okay. And this is how this happened. Plushies! I'm not an anti-consumer, folks, as I ate this shit up when I was young. Now I'm more careful as I buy merch that I will enjoy instead of just having the novelty of owning them. But oh boy, was that not the mindset I had back then. The big Foxy and Freddy plush were the first two I had for a while, basically becoming my Woody and Buzz. Foxy has been through a bit, with the only real problem being his eye patch just kinda came off one day. While on the other hand, Freddy, you can just tell he's been played with a lot. I remember making up tons of adventures for him to go on, bringing him everywhere I went, and even sneaking him into school. I love these plushies so much, I even created my own based off an OC I had back in the day called Blue Fazbear. Back on the main plushies though, wave 1 and 2 were pretty good, and I counted the Chicas where one was an Angry Bird and the other being for free? Oh wait, no, $12.99. Then comes wave 3. What the fuck happened? Honestly, it felt like the quality was just getting worse and worse. Wave 1 having one stinker, wave 2 having a couple, and wave 3 being a literal circus show with how bad they can get. Even as a kid, I realized how much these guys sucked, as when the next wave rolled around, I couldn't care. It didn't help that the next wave sucked. Around this time was the start of the Blacklight plush, which was meant to be based off the designs and help Wanted before he gained axed. God, for some reason, wouldn't rest until these plushies made to store shelves, as these plus other OC recolor wannabes have plagued the stores I've gone to. It's really unfortunate since the plushies afterwards were not terrible. Weirdly enough, I think wave 4 is decent, wave 5 being really good for some reason, and then back to being shit with the wave 6 plushies. Now in this era, we have plushies like these where all I can do is look at them and wonder, do people actually buy these? Look at this. Who wants this? We've also got tie-dye plushies where, well, I'm just gonna let this clip explain my thoughts.
Yuck. Yuck. Ooh, it's terrible but wonderful at the same time. It's like freedom in a...
They have top teeth. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be completely honest. Even with the 2 jabs I've made during this video, I actually find I have mostly positive things to say. For what they're worth, that being cheap plastic, they're not all that bad. Sure, they aren't one-to-one, but as we'll soon see later, sometimes that's for the best. I've always wanted the FNaF 4 and Sister Location set, but I could never find them around my area. Unfortunately, I won't be getting these anytime soon since they cost my lung to buy, and even then I'll have to sell my left eyeball to cover shipping. At the start, when the figures were first released, plus other FNaF related merch as a whole used a withered Freddy rendering for the packaging. Now, why does this matter besides the fact it doesn't fit 99% of the merch? The fact Funko never made a withered Freddy product ever. Heck, Withered Freddy barely gets any merch, with the only one I found being this McFarlane set. I only ever got the FNaF 1 plus Security Breach set, which is now a great time to mention the gimmicks of these, being that you can disconnect parts and create whatever the hell this is. The other cooler gimmick was the fact that with each set comes a character you can build once collecting all in the set. A downside of the characters they decided to make that really bother me are the fact that we have FNaF AR figures of Toy Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, yet not normal figures based off them. The work is already done, just take these guys and recolor them. You guys practically did that for Security Breach. Alright, this wave sucks. You guys really couldn't have delayed these? The game itself got delayed. But oh wait, how else are you gonna spoil the names of these characters? Yeah, these figures had information about the game that wasn't meant to be out yet, and Scott even commented on it saying, hey everyone, try not to let any of this bother you too much. Things will be happening very, very differently going forward. 3 years later, and I still don't know what he meant by that. Did he mean that Funko is actually going to make good Security Breach figures? Because that sure is what happened next with the recent Sun and Moon figure. These are honestly the best of the set, and I highly recommend if you like these guys. I can't really understand why these are more marketed to kids though, because, well, they're stupid and lose parts very easily. You think that's mean? Well, hi, yes, I'm the stupid kid who lost the parts of the figures back in the day. Want to talk about something you can practically speedrun losing though? Well then look no further than the minifigure sets. I never owned any of these when I was younger, and can't really now since, well, I'll have nothing I can use to see the FNaF merch if I sell my right eye to buy it. On the complete opposite end, there are jumbo figures that came out not too long ago. There is both a Freddy and a Bonnie as the making of this video. It's definitely something I have my eyes open for, as I wouldn't mind having these in my collection someday. Eyes that I hopefully don't have to sell. As a whole, if you can find these characters from the franchise for a reasonably fair price, I recommend picking them up. Just don't sell your brother's lung like I did because you ran out of lungs yourself and really wanted the sister location set. Pop figures, whether you like them or not, are what Funko is known for, earning them a ton of money. So with a title like that, you'd think they give a lot of time and care into the FNaF figures, which is arguably what also makes them a ton of money. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I said being a one-to-one wasn't always the best, as since FNaF 4, Scott kept getting more ambitious with his design, which turned into stylized pop figures, doesn't really work out so great. Thankfully for the more simple designs, they actually translate pretty good into pop figures. I actually recommend getting some of them, like the ones from FNaF 1, 2, and later down the line FNaF 6. Which, can I say, is it me or was the FNaF 6 the point where Funko decided to be really good about the merch, since I swear the plush, figures, and pop sets look really nice. Anyways, I also can recommend these newer circus type pop figures that, while aren't my thing, I can see other people liking. I do not recommend, however, these guys, or these, or even the tie-dye. I don't know why these guys have such a hardcore fetish for the tie-dye. Like, I get it, it's cheaper to produce, but is it really selling that well? Clearly, I guess, since they're making them. It's like the plushies where you got some good, some bad, some where I look at them and can't stop thinking of Toilet Bonnie. Overall, if I had to recommend any of these sets to stick to, I'd say stick with the figures. They're the most consistent and their designs translate well, for the most part. I most certainly didn't cover it all, so leave a comment suggesting anything for potential part 2. However, back to the main question of the video, that being if Funko is the worst. No, of course not. They've made good stuff and are doing pretty good in terms of quality. Let's just hope it stays that way though, as there are definitely much worse FNaF merch being done by much worse companies. I'll gladly king any of them though if they're able to present to me a good circus baby plush, because I swear, none of them can get it good. The games haven't gotten it good. Scott himself couldn't even be bothered to translate it to plush form because it just doesn't work!